Well, welcome back, friends. Today we're going to be working on the background of my logo a bit and just doodling. It's rather late here, so I had a free moment to get painting and I wanted to share it with you. Before we get into that, I'd like to remind you that the gift is still for sale. The auction too, which will be in the description of this video, and the proceeds of that sale are going to Valley Children's Hospital. So if you'd like to participate in that, or if you'd like to donate to the hospital directly, both those links again will be in the description of this video. Well, without any further ado, let's go get painting, huh? Welcome back. So, I prepared today. I looked up Kintsugi Mora art. And, I tell you, Gyarados looks a lot different. The main thing I noticed is here. He didn't have that in later depictions. We'll just go back real quick. See, modern Gyarados has more of just 4 of the spikes going down his back, the Godzilla-like spikes. The Ken one has 3, and then it splits right there. And then Tail looks totally different. Oh, even the tail split at the end. Since this is the original one I started with, it might be better to go with this. I mean, they also look about the same, proportion-wise. I never noticed that little split on the tail before, though, and, I tell you, I've been drawing points this whole time. This is another one of those Mandela effect things. Now, first spot I really want to pay attention to is right here. Oh, look at that. So it looks like it might not be a circle, like it kind of lines into it. So I'm just going to kind of imitate that real quick. And again, how I'm going to do these, I'm not going to outline these in ink, so I can't like outline them in ink and draw through them like I normally would and erase it. So that's kind of why I'm doing the tail first. It's like this pod shape. It gets more flat towards the back. I'd say it's more like that. And this part comes off like I'm just going to lighten a lot of this up right now. And I lighten it because I still kind of want to see where it is, because I still, more or less, want it to go in the same area. See, I had the spike going the wrong way. So if I want to go there, it's got to be more like that changes the shape of it. I like that. Oh man, I gotta tell you, that is exactly what I needed today. Like I always say, this is a force of relaxation for me, and you know, wherever you are, whoever you are, it's important for you to have something like this. That's why they let prisoners paint and have hobbies, because we're actually trying to help people in their mental health, even if they are what some people would define as bad people. You know, personally, I got a little too into Buddhist philosophy when I was younger, and I don't really see good and evil a lot of the time. Those things are a little too complex for that. See, I really hate how this tail disappears behind it. They all look kind of even, though. Actually, these parts go out more than that, and I'm having it... See, I'm having it like a Superman's chest emblem. It needs to be more like... There we go. It needs to be like a... Skaloop. Something like this. There we go. So I'm just going to have to erase all that. Get back in there. I mean, this shit's going to get erased so much, this part right here, these letters. I might lightly do them in blue. And then change it. Haven't really decided yet. Looks a little too perfect to me, so it's just my outline, so I'm going to change it up a bit. Oh wait, I seen an ad for a new SpongeBob movie today. I don't know. That's the thing, I can't tell if anything's freaking... I'm really copying out on the internet. Anything I'll experience in life, but it seemed like it was real. And it was about the Flying Dutchman. The thing is, though, they're making it seem like it's the first SpongeBob movie, and it's not even the first SpongeBob movie. It's not even like the first SpongeBob movie to be in theaters. Yeah, much easier time with this one than the other one. Until I get to the end there. Just do some little... Just make it a little messy. So that's kind of beautiful. It's got a lot of what I want. So I'm going to have to kind of draw through it now. Because I need to get these shapes perfect. There's also going to be some space, like I'm seeing here with the E and the D and the K, where it is going to be behind there, and I'm really going to have to go back and add it, I guess. So, well, it's going to get drawn in again. It's going to sure up the outlines for some of my letters a bit more. Look at the original, what I did. You see, I just have this one kind of disappear behind the letters. I might do that with this one too. And not go in, because if I go and I put these tiny details, it might take away. But I'll see once the letters get on there. Really? Okay. Make a big, dark D. I need to stop getting so close, it's making my eyes hurt. Just gonna have 3 and then it gets chunkier. So I got 1, 2, 3. taking some of these middles. Where's my brush? Yeah. There we go. Now, I wanted to mention I did pencil through Raichu's tail a little bit on accident there, and I will show you how to fix that up when we get there. You know, I mentioned things I see. Also, I redded up Pikachu's cheeks a little bit before the video, and I know, again, I promised to try not to do that too much, but it was one of those, like, I felt the need in my brain things. It was, like, really a quick in the moment, and I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, stop. There's literally so little. And then these start getting a little... on the third one. 1, 2, 3. It'd be like here. And it'd be like... Yeah, I get more like that. Make a little of my own. Oh yeah, I like that. That's the thing about Gyarados' body parts, is they look kind of silly up close. It's like the game Centipede or something. But he's really cool when in focus. There's a lot of times in drawings like this where you're doing something you might think it looks bad, it looks ridiculous, or... I mean, this right here, this looks silly as fuck, but... I really need to try to not curse as much in these videos. Just, I think most people who want to watch Pokemon art probably don't want to hear me dropping F-bombs. Maybe they do, you know? Maybe they're tired of hearing people being like, oh, jolly geez, gosh, my Arceus. You know, when I first saw Arceus, I thought, this is a really bad design. That's what I call Delta Pokemon. They just have, like, swishes and shit, and... It's like, are you a plane? Like, what is it? Like, his face. What's going on with his face? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look like anything. And then he's also a cross-section of the emo Pokemon, like Darkrai, because he has to have, like, again, the hair swish and the one eye, with how they always show the side profile. But what really got me was the girdle. He has, like, this girdle, and he's got a muffin top. And a lot of people I know who liked Arceus, I'd point that out to them, they never even noticed the muffin top. But then I found out it was God. And that made me kind of like it more. I'm like, it was like South Park. When you see God in South Park, it's just this little hippo cat thing. He's like, what did you expect me to look like, my child? And that's a good point. Like, you know, this form's probably imperceivable to us. See, this is one of those areas where I put it through their heads. Now, the guide says I should have another spike there, but I'm going to move it over a bit. So I think this one would end about here. Next one would come here, and it'd be like... it'd be like that. That's when they start to bend more. They come, see, they bend down and then go up, so it's going to be like... Making our big spike. And I'm going to get the next segment in there first. This one's really getting into Pokemon. They got a bunch of figures and they give him like some little toy Pokeballs and he just keeps like doing fake battles. And I ordered him an Executor plushie. Really looks Executor. He keeps calling him a Sacuturd though. You know who his favorite character is, which is hilarious, is Jesse. And you see, I just did the Pikachu. I just fucking penciled his tail. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lightly touch it and pick it up. I actually didn't lose any color there. I got to pencil out without losing color. Try to do Raichu too. As long as I'm doing it. Okay, so I think I did lose a bit, but the solution is the same for either of the boys. Just get your yellow and lightly. Just lightly. Mixed mediums. Yeah, right about now, I'm really happy with this. See, that one's more centered on a spike, so it's going to be like... Unless I can make his tail spike a little fatter here, so I'm going to do that real quick. Make it look less pregnant. I don't like that cross sections with my eye so much. This is one of those hard parts. Into darkens my D. There are sections behind his head. I'm just going to leave that one. I kind of like that. That's going into the D. But it needs to be a little more like... I like how Pokemon tips are not always spikes. They're like these weird bubbly shapes. And learning to do those really helped me with... doing waves later on. Like in, again, the one of the Gyarados and the Ho-Oh fighting. Like, that's before I figured it out. And then Resilience is like after. Which I think is like the best water effects I've done so far. I really like how it's over the D here, but it's under there. Because then it's like... It shows it's wrapping around it. Giving it more of that serpentine aspect. I want to kind of lessen this one just a bit. Just a bit. It reminds me of like a girl fish, how it gets that big belly and the skinny tail. Which is fine, but that's not what it looks like. So I'm pretty happy with that. I should probably ink that up and then do my fish. Because I don't want to lose it. Because like if I go and I work on the fish, I'm going to lose my concentration, you know. a lot of the work we did. It just, whenever I do that, then when I go back, I kind of forget some things. Maybe some of these inference lines, what they mean. I can leave some of these open. It's going to make it harder when I'm doing these letters. Now I really have to match them up. But like, let's say I wanted to go back later. I just go back in the line and start and draw through. It's like there, it could go through more, but I'm kind of backing it off until I get the lettering in. It's going to help me in the long run. Goldfish over there plopping. And they'll go up towards the top to check it and then do a quick splash and fling it with their tail when they're not happy with whatever they found. They have a bunch of duckweed up there and they keep trying to eat it and then getting mad. I almost fucked it up a bit there, but I think I saved it. And good thing that's part I could cover up with the margin anyways. I think I might have this one exploding out of the margin though. Oh no, yeah, I still might not even frame this one. I kind of want to use it like in the intro of my videos a lot though, so I probably should frame it because I'm going to be messing with it. Like, I thought it'd be cool to have it here and then let's like whoosh it away. Do like a black frame and put like 3 stripes on it. I am's me after all. There we go. Yeah, I like it. This looks so much, this just looks so powerful to me. Whoosh. And that looks cool too, but it's, I don't know, that was a quick doodle and you can tell. Isn't there one of those points where I'm actually making it go forward a bit, because like a lot could happen here with the overlapping and all that, and I still don't quite know what that's going to look like, so I'm just going to leave part of that for now. I am going to do that circle on the K though, because that's such a gradual arc. Like, I want to be able to connect the dots later. And this is one of those times I don't know if what I'm saying is like making sense to people or if it's complete gibberish. But if you understand it, now it's kind of weird to think that people might be watching these to relax or to listen to me going to sleep. When you're going to sleep, not me going to sleep. I mean, like, if I did lives, that would be one thing, but it would be really funny if I fell asleep here on camera and then I chose to upload it. I used to have this friend, and he would just fall asleep all the time, and he's like a little kid, and he'd be like, no, I wasn't. In his 20s, though, keep in mind, and, you know, like, it could be a social party, and he'd want to wake up and drink more and whatnot, and be like, bud, you've had enough. You've already been falling asleep, and then you get mad. But, you know, when you're drinking on other people's money, you can't really complain when they cut you off. Especially when there's other people that still want to drink. I don't even drink. No, it's kind of like pizza, you know, like if you get a pizza for everybody. And there's one guy that doesn't eat his crust. And there's like a slice left and everyone says they're hungry. The guy who didn't eat his crust, you're not entitled to that last slice. You know, if you're hungry, you'd eat those crusts. All these crust eaters. My son, unfortunately, is a very picky eater, and because of his condition, you can't fight it too much, or it could make it worse. And it's like, so you have to really pussyfoot around. And the wind's picking up. But how you get him to eat, and he's really healthy, and his vitamin levels are always perfect. So, given he has those problems, like people, like his doctors and whatnot, are like, well, you do whatever it is, you're doing it, and he's healthy, and that's what's important. That's the thing, like your autistic kids, it's Thanksgiving, they want a pizza or something, or like they eat the same thing every day, or you have to let them eat a bunch of cookies. Like, as long as they're healthy and they're not going the other way, you kind of gotta, because, man, I gotta tell you, those autistic kids, they can wind up on a feeding tube quick. It's like that whole, in my day, you just didn't eat, you go to bed. It's like, yeah, well, kids would just go hungry then. Yeah, the ones who go the other way, like, they overeat, you know, they'll dig out of the trash and whatnot. It's not, they don't have enough food, they just constantly feel hungry, I guess. That's kind of my problem. I mean, like, I always feel hungry. Like, I could eat till I feel sick, and my brain's still telling me, you need to eat more. And I try to just use calories and ignore that part of my brain. It's hard sometimes, though. And a really lovely storm overhead. I live in California. If it sprinkles for 2 seconds, people lose their mind and say it's raining. See, now the reason I don't have the tail continuing over here is because there's like a huge wave coming in. In fact, I'll have it like kind of split, and there will be more splishes coming up here. Like, it'll be hard, a lot of it will be behind them, but there'll be a big splash coming out here, and then the splash coming out here. There'll be like 2 sections of it. A swish down and then another splash, like a fanning out one. Here, I'll put some of those inference lines now. That's what like all this is about. See, it'll come like whoosh. And then here, and it's like, and you can have multiple water effects. You have multiple layers of water effects. I really like that. So let's look up some Magikarp now. That took 30 minutes just to do a little tail. Well, a lot of men have spent more than 30 minutes trying to get a little tail, am I right? I want to point out the Kintsugi Mora one again is hilarious. Just like, looks like a dead fish. I definitely should use the older Kins more, but I really would have to. Make sure to start at the beginning of my photo. One thing with Pokemon
is there's a lot of things that became standardized about them that I think was supposed to be more like random. Of course, it wasn't in the games. Like Spinda. Like, Spinda has different patterns, you know? I think there's a lot of Pokemon like that. Like Execute, how he has the cracks on him. But you look in the show, like, every single one has the same cracks on it. Like, every set of Execute has the exact same cracks. The exposed one. Oh, I'm gonna draw the nostril. All that kind of stuff. It doesn't fit well. Or you'll have, like, really hairy Pokemon that have hair all over. And, you know, I know they've drawn Pikachu with, like, 100 different hairstyles. But there's a lot of Pokemon that, realistically, they should be like that. But they just don't get the same treatment. Or, like, a good example, Venusaur, like or just really in the flower ones, how they have those spots. Like, the spots shouldn't realistically be exactly the same, you know, like things with leopard print, things with tiger stripes. The stripes should be a little different on each one, right? But I think, like, if a lot of it was designed now, it would look that way, but because of when it comes from, so you have these very uniform animals. Like a Sea King, you know, his spots, like, he has a beautiful koi pattern, but if it was made now, they all wouldn't have that exact same koi pattern. It'd probably be like Spinda. Now, there's really nothing stopping them from going and revisiting that, like breeding just to get different Sea King freaking patterns, like people breed for koi. I always said we're going to get way more color variants in Pokemon. I think that's part of what, like, these regional forms are. I don't know, I really like breeding Pokemon myself. I kind of joke around in the anime, Brock's like, I really want to breed Pokemon. And I'm like, you like, with each other, right? And the guy's kind of weird. I love him, but he's kind of weird. I make women uncomfortable in every town we go to. I always wonder if, like, all the Nurse Joys and the Ginnies all talk to each other. Like, oh yeah, I had that guy, you know, he's weird. Told me I was the pretty one. Told us all we were the pretty one. Like, he's like, that'd be funny if there's one where, like, one that is like, let me guess, I'm prettier than all the other ones. We talk, you know. If knowing my man Brock, he would still try the exact same line in the very next episode. Actually drew through his fin a bit on purpose there. It looks like the eraser on that pencil is just about out, so I better not try to use it anymore myself. Not need to be out that far realistically. Okay, I think I got them done too. So now I'm going to outline my fish. And you want to make, like, the eye line, like, see, I'm trying to make it slightly curved. That's going to help give it the bubble effect. Especially because, like, I mean, I'm going to try to, like, do some lighting with the eye, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that with absent space later, but a lot of times that doesn't really show up good. I think there's a lot of details in these paintings people really wouldn't see unless they see it in person. No, I never imagined being known for my art at all. I know a lot of people, their art isn't really appreciated till they're gone. And I always think it's kind of funny. That's actually why I've been numbering these, so it's like someday if someone's going to try to collect them all, will one of them become lost? Like it could, like I ordered something recently, got destroyed by that flood in Texas. Yeah, like got to Fort Worth like day of. Something like that could happen. It could be in a fire. It could just disappear. Someone could just throw it out because they don't know what it is. Or they don't like it. Especially though how I'm selling them, like as charity auctions. So it's like if someone wanted to collect them later on, especially like after I'm gone, they'd have to go and like it'd be a lot to track them all down. Because the kind of stuff like I'm just never going to know. I made that a little more forward. I'm at this stage, I'm feeling a lot less nervous about it. I still feel kind of nervous about the letters just because they're so symmetrical. I'm trying not to stall out because when you go slower, your lines get a little wavier. Okay, I always thought Magikarp was just based on a goldfish. I saw the actual fish it's based on, and oh my god, it's like 1-for-1. It's like the animal Caterpie's based on. Even has adorable little whiskers. I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god, I want one. It is a species of carp, though, so I mean, like, technically. Now, I, like everyone, at some point was like, why are they called goldfish? They look orange. And it turns out that's from man breeding them. Like, the wild pattern ones are more of a gold with black, and it's beautiful. And it's just funny, like, we like this fish. We try to breed them because we like it so much, and we end up, like, taking away what we liked about them doing it. One time when I was a little kid, I think I was about 5 or 6, I was fishing with my mom and one of her friends, and I saw this, we were over by a dam where there's a bunch of rocks. Prime carp territory, I know as an adult, but I saw this glint of gold swimming through the water, and I freaked out. I thought I saw, like, ooh, I almost drew through where I want the fin there. Just have to change it a bit. Yeah, I saw this glint of gold swimming through the water. And I got excited. I thought I saw some sort of rare mythical. And they told me it was a goldfish. And I kind of laughed about it, and I thought it was a joke at the time. And then when I found out first what a carp is and that they're an invasive species, I was like, oh, as an adult. Well, I always loved this story. And I went fishing again recently, and it was the first time I went fishing in a long time, I think, since I was a teenager. And I went to a different lake, and I'm sitting there by the by some rocks on the shore fishing, and I shit you not, a carp from here to here, so more than an L, bright red, swam right up next to me. It looked blind. It was just this huge freaking old fish, and it just started sunning itself. And I could have reached down and pet it. I was standing in the water, like up to my knees almost, and it just was right by my feet. And I left it there because, one, I wanted crappie to eat, but that's the thing. It was so magical that day. Like, I saw clams. I saw some that were trapped in a pool that had dried up, and I moved them where they would have access to water. They won't get stuck. I saw freaking little baby trout. I saw a freaking cormorant. This thing, just being out there and seeing the animals. Now, I sometimes, I'm sure like many of you, have some troubles. And my friend told me, his bit of advice was, especially with paranoia, when I feel that way, I should get out more. And if I was out around people, I might feel better about the world. And I tend to generally agree with him on that. Thing is, though, as a single father, don't find that much time for myself. And it's like, yeah, I want to do something that's A, going to cost me money and going to wear me out. Like, my time is rare and valuable to me. But I did take his advice. It's just I went out, but then I went fishing. But being in nature, and it's like that Alex Jones clip, you know, we're supposed to be in nature. It's where God made for us. That's where he wanted us. That's how you transcend the New World Order and why they want to keep you out of it. I'm angry. Got literal pot-bellied goblins, they climb out from under rocks. Eating babies, saying, I want to eat babies. No, wait, they scream Satan, say, I want to eat babies. You don't know what I'm talking about? Look up the Alex Jones folk song. Folk song? I freaking love that. So I got my fish done. I might put like more of a wave coming out from behind him too, but oh man, I'm really loving this. I'm glad I took some late night time to do this. Oh look, the video's already about 40 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. And again, thank you for joining me. Make sure to come back if you want more of this. It's looking at this rate, my logo might be done pretty soon. I honestly think about like 3 or 4 more sessions like this might do it. I'm probably gonna have to do the words next, and then color the words and the fish, and then I'll start on the background with the waves. Then I'm going to do the bricks, and then kind of sign it afterwards with their tags. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do kind of like one of those dynamic frames. Yeah, we can always figure it out. I can always just do it really wide, too. Yeah, I know. Sometimes stuff gets cut off, though. That's part of it as well. I don't like that, though. I want their tails to be in there. I can always add more and kind of stretch it out a bit, I guess. I kind of fucked up with some of these colors here, but I mean, like just right here, I could. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm sticking by my words now. Good night. I hope to see you again. I hope this has been a good video for you. It certainly has for me.